Are you ready?
Yeah.
What's the big smile on your face?
I'm not smiling. I'm always like that. I'm always smiling.
You are always smiling.
That's right.
But today, a little bit extra. Peter, I respect that you came. I was thinking in the group if you were going to come or if you're not going to come.
We had to call his wife so she can make sure he was coming.
I want to make sure that I'm here today. That's why I'm trying to schedule my day accordingly.
How nice.
You don't want to run. You don't want to hide.
No, but there's nothing to hide.
He's got so many excuses up his sleeves today. Let's start with the number one. Why don't you present the podcast first?
Okay.
Why don't you do the introduction? What happened?
Okay.
You're skipping the introduction.
Just because you
No,
won,
I'm not talking to you.
all
I'm
the
talking
shots.
to him. Okay?
I wanted to get straight into it. I was so excited because I saw a video that was sent. You FaceTiming Peter right after.
Who sent it to you?
Right after the final whistle, but Peter was acting like he couldn't hear you.
Nah,
So
I
now
was-
he
I was
can't.
at a party.
Now he can't hide. He
Okay.
could hear everything that you would want to say to your buddy.
Absolutely.
What would you like to say? What were you
Pete,
trying to say?
Pete, you guys had a great game. Great everything. Except that you lost the game. And guess what? In sport, there are winners and losers.
That's right.
You are the loser. Okay?
Thanks for the clarification, man. We were unsure.
That's what I wanted to say to you in few words because we don't want to waste time on this. We're going to go into technical mode soon.
Analysis.
Okay?
Anything to respond?
No, that's exactly the point. I think you have to win the game. The only stat, right? As we say, the stat that
And-
counts
The final one.
is the goals,
Ah.
because that's what ultimately gives you the 3 points. So there's a lot of things that we can talk about today, and I have my reasons to
You-
believe.
Okay.
Otherwise.
No, not so much otherwise, but things that I think influence the game more importantly.
Oh, here we go. Let's not
The press
start with
conference is
that.
coming.
Okay.
No, but this is what we're here for, no? Aren't we here
Oh,
to?
boy.
We're here to make fun of you today, to
That's
be
right.
fair.
That's
I got to leave in 20 minutes, so I'm not. I was
Get it out of your system right away.
I got to pay the meter. I got to get out of here. I was waiting for Peter's reaction.
Why don't we stay on topic?
We do have a lot to get to. We'll talk about, of course, the derby. That's what we're going to start with. We'll talk about Napoli getting back into form. We'll talk about Roma, top of the table. I mean, they were doing fantastic what Gasperini's been able to do. And to build on, Juventus continue their struggles. New coach, same old Juventus. Nothing changes. But I want to start, of course, with the winners of the weekend, and that's Milan. And what I want to start with is Milan in big games so far this season. You are unbeaten in 5. You've got 4 wins and 1 draw, only 1 goal conceded. That is wins against this game against Inter. You've beat Roma. You beat Napoli. It's phenomenal.
And Bologna.
And Bologna.
Yeah.
And you tied Juventus.
And
Now, all of a sudden,
five-
Bologna is a big. You see, now we put Bologna on a big. You know what's happening right now, Paisa? It was not the top 4. Now we're talking about the top 5 and maybe the top 6. That means that 2 of those top 6, they're not going to make a Champions League.
Ooh.
They're going to have to settle for a lot less.
But why is Milan so good in the big games? Why is your approach? Because for me, this game against Inter was an Allegri masterclass.
We suffer. We have a mentalities issue for me. And the team is still trying to find the way to break down the low block defense of those small teams. And the fact that we do not approach the game with that aggressive mentality that you're going to go over there and destroy them. We just wait and see for them to make mistakes. You have to go over there, finish them up very quickly.
But why-
And then settle down and let the
Well,
dust.
focus on your win against Inter, where you did have the right approach.
Well, we did, but Inter is not a small team. So Inter, it's a team that you have to take it, seriously.
Nice
So what
compliment.
we did, we let them just run back and forth. Then when they ran out of breath, we punished them. And we punished in a way that I was kind of surprised. We used Leao the same way Allegri used Leao on the pre-campionato. He put him on a center forward position, which is not his natural position.
Jimenez was out.
And then he put Pulisic and Salamakers on the other side. So on a breakthrough, my best friend Chala He made a big screw up on the midfield. He lost the ball. Fofana, which is now really one of my favorite players because I like to see Rich starting. Fofana took the ball. He just gave the ball to Salamakers, and Salamakers from that position, he took a nice shot, which it was savable. To me, it was not. To me, there is a lot of responsibility on Inter goals. It was savable, and then you have Akanji that is falling asleep in the middle of the most important, offensive, one of the few breakthrough that AC Milan had. So it takes the shot from almost 40 meters. What's his name? Summers puts his hands. He doesn't even throw the ball outside because I guess he was not thinking. He was thinking maybe Akanji is going to get there before. So Pulisic, Captain American. Captain American. He got over there and he screwed them so badly. Oh, that was that turkey is gonna be so sweet for me. The whole week I'm gonna gobble.
Okay, let's focus on why Milan. Let's focus on why Milan are really good in the big games. And I will say that this result does not surprise me in the least. Going into the match, I said Milan are not going to lose this game because we know with Cremonese, Pisa, Parma, those are the games they struggle because Milan, as Thuram said after the game as well, are one of the best counter-attacking teams in Europe alongside Real Madrid, is the quote from Marcus Thuram. And that's evident in the way that they play. And when the game got to halftime, I said, Milan's just going to wait for an opportunity. They're going to wait for Inter to make a mistake, and they're going to pounce on that mistake. And then what's the other aspect? Why I've said Milan will for sure get a result in this game is because they have the ability to suffer, what you said before. They've become a team. They've shown a seriousness and a professionalism in seeing out matches. And that comes from Allegri, of course, but it's the exact game that I think is perfect for you and the way you approach it. Now, it's 6 derbies in a row that you're unbeaten in, where previously it was Inter who beat them 6 times in a row before that. So there's a lot of places that we could take this, but let's focus on the Milan angle first.
I just want to say, we talked about Milan being a big team, Marco, you mentioned that. But also, there's a lot of big team players on this. And I specifically want to highlight Pulisic. There's been a lot of talk about him, saying how decisive he is. Would you guys say he's the most decisive player in Serie A, big time player? And before you finish, I just want to say a little stat of what he's done this season for Milan. Assist versus Atalanta, assist versus Madrid, goal versus Newcastle, Liverpool, Juventus, goal and assist versus Lazio, Bologna, Napoli, 2 assists versus Napoli and a goal, and 3 goals versus Inter.
That's his career.
So this is showing him as he's one of those players that take the bull by its horns and kind of does it all. Ando, we know you're a big fan of Pulisic, but you think right now, or in general, he's up there, and would you say he's the best and most decisive player in Serie A?
I think having played even less than Lautaro, Pulisic has got pretty much the same number that Lautaro has in terms of involvement with plays that they lead to goals. He scores a lot of goals. It's always there. Pulisic does not stop until either the ball goes out or the goalkeeper secures the ball in between with his hands.
Yeah, you're right.
That's it. It does not stop. For him, l'azione, the game or the play ends only when the ball is out or where the goalkeeper holds. Short of that, it's always on a hunt. The guy does not stop. He's relentless. The guy, he never gave up. Salamaker, the position that Salamaker took the shot, who will be thinking that Pulisic would be following through and anticipate Akanji on the rebound and putting the ball on the net? That was, nothing spectacular about the game, but it's there.
I think Mike's question, it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy if you would have said this a couple of years ago, but it's hard to argue when you look at the numbers. Like, you know that Pulisic is going to pull through in a big game. And you mentioned Lautaro. I think a lot of people will say Lautaro's the best player in Serie A. Like, if you made a category, there would be people that say Lautaro's the best player. But then it also makes you feel like Lautaro in the big games. How many times have we been short? How many times have we said where was he? What would you say to Mike's question
about Pulisic being most
decisive player, big game player?
Or who's not? Who wouldn't? Who would it be?
Who would have been instead of him?
It's hard to find somebody else for me.
I would say Thuram. Thuram on the big game has come up for Inter a lot. So, yeah, he has. I think he has. Then, I don't know. You have to look at the list. Dybala. I think Dybala is always decisive when he plays. As long as he's healthy, the guy knows how to score. So,
You want to compare Pulisic numbers with Thuram's number?
you can go check Thuram's number, actually.
Let's
I
check
think
the
they're pretty high.
stats. I
they're
think
pretty high.
Thuram's got 2, Pulisic's got star. Okay.
Whatever
Maybe.
that means.
Okay, Peter doesn't agree. It's fine.
You don't agree, though, Pete. I can't believe it. I mean, Thuram, what did he do? What, he scored more goals?
He did score in the his first two derbies.
Yeah, he scored more in the derbies. He's always come clutch, even in Champions League when things are tough. Thuram has scored a lot of goals. So that's what I'm saying. Off the top of my head, I would throw also those
More
two.
than Pulisic.
Also,
But
Dybala
it's
has
more
done
than
it over,
Pulisic.
over 10 years.
Yeah,
Dybala.
but we're talking about Pulisic
What are we
since he
talking
came
about?
to AC Milan. Pulisic was great even when he was in Chelsea the first couple of years.
No,
he was,
he was not.
No,
That's
he
why he
was-
went to Milan.
yeah.
no. I remember the first couple of years. Pulisic, he did put his number over there. He did.
Anto's big Pulisic fan
Sorry.
these days, but it is cool. It is
Thuram's
cool
a
to
good
see him do
shout,
well.
though. Thuram's
But
definitely a good
like
shout.
if you would have asked before the game, Milan win 1-0, who scores the goal? I
Yeah,
think
you
most
would
people
say-
would have been like,
yeah.
yeah, it's probably Pulisic. Like
Yeah.
we've seen him. He led the comeback. The only trophy you had last year in Saudi, it was him. Let's focus on the Inter angle, and there's a lot to break. There will be a lot to break down. We kept saying last year Inter was not able to win the direct matchups. It's now 11 games in a row in all competitions that Inter does not beat Juventus, Napoli, or Milan. Surely that's concerning.
Yeah, it's an issue. I think in the end, the result is what counts, even though in this performance, I think if we change one player for each team, which is the goalkeeper, the game ends 3-0 for Inter. So ultimately, these are things that happen. It's the reality. You know it. With Juventus, same thing.
Yeah, but come
Juventus-
on, 11 games?
No,
It's
no.
not always the...
What I'm trying to say is, yes, the 11 games overall, you see it and it looks bad because you're not able to win the important games. But even last year when we lost all these games, we were in the Scudetto race till the last day. We were in Champions League final. We were in the Coppa Italia. Yeah, we didn't go to the Coppa Italia final. But the reality is we were where we had to be in a season. And I think more so the drop points versus the these scontri diretti is a big issue.
Why?
It's-
Why is it?
I think listen, we cannot go last year. Last year is a whole nother reality. This year, I think it's very clear that this Inter team is missing a player that knows how to beat his man 1v1. So I would go to 3 points. These are the things that I would look at and say why we lost this game, right? One, Sommer, the goal that Milan scored is not a small mistake. It's a huge mistake for 3 different reasons, 3 technical reasons. One, he was very slow to make the dive, right? Then I read a bunch of goalkeepers. They said for that type of speed, the ball was from very far distance, wasn't at any pace. You're supposed to go with 2 hands and you catch the ball. He went with
Stop it, you mean?
stop it, okay? And he made one arm and he went. Then if you decide to go like that to save the goal,
Send it out.
you have to hit it out. That's the number one technique for any goalkeeper. What he does is to be a goalkeeper for Inter, top goalkeeper for Inter, you cannot put it right back into play for Pulisic to follow through. So right there is a big moment. And, for goalkeepers, yes, we're harsh on them, but that's the reality. You have that one chance and you got to make it.
Do you think it's a theme?
Of course it's a team.
Do you
Sommer this year it's very evident with the Juventus game, even in other games, he's made fantastic saves, and I'm not trying to create any issue with Sommer, but the reality is, we need to make a decision. I think Kivu needs to make a decision, and he saw in these big moments that Sommer has fell short.
You're saying to play Martinez?
I think you should play Martinez. I think at this moment you have the chance to play him. If Martinez does well, Sommer on the bench. I'm sure he's not going to be happy about it, but you have this competition between the two. It's important because ultimately, I'm telling you, this game, we lost because of a goalkeeper error. Maignan made 3 amazing saves versus Thuram, versus Lautaro, and the penalty versus Çalhanoğlu. So right there and then, 3-0. Now,
What were your other points?
my other point.
Because you're saying goalkeeper is 1.
Yeah, so goalkeeper's 1.
Çalhanoğlu is
Second
2.
point. Second point. Okay. The Inter front office. have not been able to figure out a replacement for Dumfries. Okay? Nor have they been able to find a replacement for a DiMarco, even though Carlos Augusto, I have to give a lot of credit. But Dumfries, when he's out, we lack pace on the wing. We lack pace. And we're forced to play a Carlos Augusto on the right wing back position. He can't even kick the ball with his right foot. Everything was cutting back to the left. And it hurts the style of play for Inter. And even with that, we were dominating play. But
You spent 25 million for Luis Enrique.
Yeah, that's what my point is. That shows that Luis Enrique does not have, Kivu's backing when it comes to this important type of game, especially defensively.
So goalkeeper, right wing back
and
replacement.
second, towards the end, who do you put in? Diouf. He puts in Diouf, who actually showed himself. I thought he was a bit bright, especially for a guy that nobody knew anything about. So that's that. Third, we showed that we're very, very predictable. So
I agree.
I think even that we dominated the game, we knew exactly what was going to happen. It was going to be interplay, interchange in the midfield, out to DiMarco, cross. Interplay, look for the layoff, shot. So there's nothing new on this team. Nobody that you can bring in the substitution that you say, okay, this guy's going to be able to dribble 2-3 guys, make something happen, give you the numerical advantage when you go 3v2, 2v3, and so on. So what I'm getting at is Lookman, that we did not want to pay an extra, 10 million. We didn't spend that money, and we spent 25 million on Enrique.
You don't think it's a little deeper? I'm not disagreeing with your points. I wouldn't go as far as you've gone. The guy to beat his man, 100%, something that we know.
We don't have.
But wouldn't you say there's also there's a softness about this team? There's not that ability to go to war and to find a way to win no matter what, or find a way to not lose games.
Yeah, but Margo, last year, look at last year. We have such a short amount of games that we've had this year, and yes, losing 4, even Kivo said, losing 4 games out of 12 is a big problem. But last year, forget about the Scudetto race and the games we lost. But to make ourselves into to get into the final, we faced some pretty tough teams.
But you're approaching Serie A. Those were the games that you could play on the counter, that you could sit back and hit out.
Yeah.
I'm saying your ability to just find a way. There's something about this group that when you're playing Napoli, when you're playing Milan, there's just a seriousness about the way that they approach games that for me is different than the way that Inter are. All right, maybe he doesn't agree. I don't know about you guys.
I think if we score one of the goals that hit off the post, or we score one of the goals,
but not 11 times.
But listen,
I get it.
But
But
also
we're
comes
talking
from
about
ex-
time.
that
We're
also
talking
comes from
about today.
experience as a coach.
We're talking about we have to take it all
We can't
into
talk about
account.
11 games. Last year was another
Okay,
coach.
what about against Juventus?
versus Juventus?
What
Someone made
about
2 mistakes.
against Napoli?
But I think we're also
Napoli's a
putting a lot
different
of pressure on Kivu, who we're comparing him to Inzaghi, who Inzaghi's a much more decorated and more coach
But
with more
it's 2 different coaches, the
experience,
same
too.
result.
Listen.
I think if you play this game 10 times, Inter wins 9 games.
Well, the last 6 times you didn't win.
BS.
The last 6.
This game,
The last
this
6.
game,
S.
The last 6
game,
ones
this
you didn't
game.
win.
Wow.
S.
This game,
That's
you
a
play it 10
statement.
times, Inter
B,
wins.
and
This
you
game.
just said that
By
you're
the stat,
predictable.
by how
Okay.
we play.
First of all, let me refute what you just said.
What are we doing?
Repute.
Repute.
What am I doing?
Refute.
Refute.
We got
Refute.
there in the end.
Listen to me, Paisan. You trash in summer. This guy was clutch for you guys the whole of last year. Relax.
You're right about
in
that.
every competition. It wasn't for summer. You will never have made it the Champions final. And you will not even be contending for the Scudetto until the last week. Now, but let me finish.
Because Martinez came in last year and he did his thing for 10 games.
Let me finish. The responsibility of the goal, it's not all summer.
Oh, come on.
It's not all summer.
It's not all summer. Hold on. Chalanolo loses a stupid ball on the middle of the field. You guys are an offensive team. You guys are very high on the field. You position high all
That's
the
the
time.
style of play.
And you know that's what you just take the favor play that Pioli used to do when we had it as a coach on AC Milan. Keep pressing, expose everybody, and then Inter coming from all over the places. So we couldn't plug anything. Now Allegri defensively, he defends with 5 when we defend 5-5 or 5-4-1. I seen them. We have 5 on the low block. If DeMarco breaks through on the left-hand side, he's got 2 players on.
That's why
If
Milan's
Dumfries
defense is better.
on the other side, we got 2 other players on the other side, or whoever was there for Dumfries. It's not you putting all this blame here and all of whatever you said before. It's all a bunch of BS. I'll tell you the reasons why. I'll tell you the reasons why. You're not missing anything on that team. You are missing that.
So Carlos Agosto's got to play right wing back?
You're not missing anything.
What are they missing then?
They're not
What do you
missing. They're not missing.
No,
And
but
let me explain why.
What are they missing? Because they haven't won in
The
11 games. against these
intensity is not there. And the intensity is not there.
Why?
Because they play memory-wise. Wherever they practice, they play. And once after 5 or 10 minutes, you everybody already read the game right there. Listen to me.
How many shots did you have on target?
Doesn't matter how many. It's
means
what you
we
put in.
neutralized even on the
Listen.
counter-attack.
We break through 3 or 4 times. 2 times, Leao and Pulisic, they were very close for a fraction of a second. They didn't get to the ball. That would have been another goal when
Okay,
Pulisic
but
and
what
Leao.
about Acerbi's header? It hits the post.
It
That could've been
doesn't
a goal.
matter. It doesn't matter. Those are all situational
Exactly. The
play.
same thing with Milan.
Situational
Set
play.
pieces.
They're not conducive to goal all the time. You happen to be there at the right time, and then you end up hitting the stuff. It's
That's
not
how Pulisic scored.
Relax.
That's how Pulisic
That's
scored.
not true.
He didn't happen to be there at the right time?
Pulisic was looking at Salamaker running down. The pass was there. The guy took the
Acerbi-
shot, and he did
And
follow
when
through.
Acerbi went to go head the ball, he didn't think
But
about
theirs
heading
is
the ball.
calculated.
Listen.
Theirs is calculated. That's what they set out to do. That was the game plan.
I'm not arguing about the game plan. What I'm saying is, on a different
Didn't
day,
come out of nothing.
Inter can score 3 goals. Okay, why? Set pieces come out of nothing?
But don't
The
say
chances
that
that
you're
Inter
missing
score-
the right wing back and the left wing back. You're not missing anything.
All I
They
said
were.
You're
was
just
they're
not
missing-
doing the
You're missing
job.
Dumfries. That changes a lot.
You're not
We
doing
don't
the
have
job.
speed.
And the coach that you have is still Acerbo. You have Acerbi, but this guy is Acerbo. You know what that means, Acerbo?
He's young.
Green.
He is young.
He's green. He needs to mature a little bit more. So it's not for the big game. Right now, Kivu, it's not for the big game. It's not. He hasn't learned yet.
too
because
naive?
It's not too naive. He was on the situation as a player because he won everything with Inter. This guy here, he's just not been put on the position to direct the team to win.
I wonder if his approach could have been. There was 2 things that stood out to me when I've watched every single Milan game this season. The teams that Milan have struggled with have been the smaller teams when Milan have to have the ball. But there's another thing when Milan have struggled. Milan have struggled when you press them. When you press Milan, the defenders are not very good with the ball. So I thought maybe you were not going to play Acerbi, you're going to play Bisek, who gives you a little bit more speed. And I thought you were going to press. I thought you would press Milan. And you would have picked up a lot of balls up. So I was interested and intrigued by the approach. And there was another thing. Allegri said it after the game on Italian TV, and he said, I realized that Inter scored most of their goals within the first 20 minutes. So I went back and checked. Inter scored, I believe, in the Campionato, it was 7 or 8 goals within the first 20 minutes. So he said, I wanted to contain them for the first 15 or 20. And then we know that as the game goes on, Inter don't really unlock matches. So I think it really was the experienced manager who's been here before against the manager who's new. And that's not to take anything away from Kivu. It's more credit to Allegri. And again, as I was watching the match, you could just tell when it was staying 0-0, every minute that passed on, I said, this is waiting for Milan to pick up a moment. Anto, I promised you in the past, if you were a good boy, and if Milan continued to do well, you would get a gift.
Oh.
Did I or did I not?
Yes, you did.
You're
what
a
is the
dog. You're
gift?
like a little
As a
dog.
thanks,
What is the gift?
As a thanks from Lotto.
Oh,
You remember?
yes.
Okay.
More smiles.
Oh.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
I have a gift from Lotto to you. Mike, hold his.
Ooh.
He doesn't need.
Oh my God.
Do you like it?
Oh, I love it. I love it, guys. Look at this.
They can see it. They can see it.
Look
Don't worry.
at
You can hold it where
this.
you
It's
are.
one of my idol too. Oh my God.
Nice
Oh my
jersey.
God. You know
It'll
what?
look good on you.
I'm gonna put it on right now.
Put it on right now. While you do that, we're going to have an ad read for this podcast with our partnership with Lotto.
Lotto is sponsoring IFTV through the World Cup, and to celebrate that, we're going to be doing a blind ranking 1 through 5. Mike doesn't know which players are coming next. They've all wore Lotto at one point in their career. Are you ready, Mike?
Let's give it a shot.
I hope you didn't cheat. First up, Roberto Baggio.
Oh my gosh. Are we already starting off with a
Yes.
I'm going one.
One
Yeah, I'm
already?
going one.
All right. Next up, Shevchenko.
Shevchenko, another legend.
There's a lot of great players who wore Lotto.
3.
3, okay.
Yeah.
Third is Maldini. Probably the best defender ever. Also
2.
wore Lotto. 2.
2. Now I'm scared of who's gonna get next.
I know, you don't know. Ruud Gullit.
Hulit. I can't put him 5, but I don't know who the next one. And I feel like you're gonna trick
Probably
me.
tricking you.
I think it's the next one's gonna be someone maybe even better. If
So?
I'm going with 5.
Okay, and Cafu.
Cafu, okay.
I went
4.
easy on you. Okay,
4,
you
okay.
passed.
Pretty
You
good.
passed. All right.
I'm
not
happy I put
bad.
Baggio first.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
there we go.
I thought I could trick you and make you
Yeah.
question it and put him
I
second.
know you scared me with your little remarks afterwards.
Only iconic players wore Lotto, and they are back in the mix. If you want to rock some of the gear that you've been seeing on our podcast, you could check it out in store at Dick's Sporting Goods or online on their website. And make sure to follow Lotto on Instagram. It's Lotto Sport US. They are partnering with us. They're supporting IFTV,
Link in
so
the
we're supporting them. Now, let's get back to the show.
Ragazzi, this is life.
Don't stop crying
Wait,
now.
you're gonna put it over there?
Oh, should I take this off?
Take it off.
Yeah, take it off. Marco put poison ivy in it, so you're gonna be itching like this.
Take it off. We're gonna scare away some of the viewers, but.
If you're under 18, guys, cover.
Oh, hey.
We just got canceled.
Wait,
Is that Cristiano
you have a
Ronaldo?
sweater under
Nudity.
your shirt?
Nudity. YouTube has just canceled the show.
If I knew this, I would have just put my six-pack in full display.
Nice. All right.
There you go, buddy. How'd you
All right.
feel?
Oh,
Itchy?
We are back.
it feels so good.
We are back. You actually look good in those colors. Is there anything else? Maybe Maignan. We could talk about Maignan. There's been questions about his renewals so far. If he's going to renew, his contract expires at the end of the season. He's been very clutch for you as well. He made the penalty save against Dybala in the match that you won against Roma. He makes the penalties here. I would have said in the past, actually, that it's easier to find a goalkeeper, right, for the price. But then Maignan is making a case for himself that he deserves the renewal, Mike.
And Pulisic also said that was the best ever performance from a goalkeeper he's ever seen. He's looking like his Scudetto form.
Well,
a
Pulisic
couple
said that
seasons
he
ago.
needs that the MVP that he got was given to Maignan because he was that good.
To me, listen, Maignan is very tricky. Okay, nobody's debating that that is a great goalkeeper, but he gets caught in periods, in weeks. Last year, he got so many goals scored on his first post where he was standing right there, and the ball just going under his hand. Maignan is not as clutch as you think. He's been clutch so far for us now. This year, he's been clutch.
Would you swap with Summer? Pete said if you swap goalkeepers,
I would swap him with Summer of last year.
no, that's not how it works.
Yeah, that's not the game. Buddy.
Right now, today, would you shake Peter's at Peter?
No,
would you do it?
but I will take Suzuki. I'll take
No,
Suzuki.
hold on.
He's injured.
Would you swap with Summer?
No,
No. Okay, fair enough.
Wow.
no, sorry.
Mike, you think he's earned the renewal?
I like Summer.
I
but,
think he definitely
you think
deserves
you
it.
want him to keep-
He's given the flashbacks of when they won the Scudetto. He's been decisive against Roma. He saved the penalty. They got that 1-0 against Inter. He saved that penalty. They're winning 1-0, so he's looking good. Even though he's got some flack, yeah, whatever. He had a bad moment, but Milan in general had a bad moment. I definitely think he deserves it. And players usually play very good when their contract year is up for sure.
That's very true.
So we're
Mohamed
gonna see how
Salah
they do.
last year. Now this year he's been struggling. Anything else from this game?
No,
Yeah.
I wanted to see. I want to just bring back. We're talking about goalkeeping right now. Maignan, he ridicule Çalhanoğlu on the penalty.
So smart.
He
So
puts
smart.
himself slightly
Yeah.
offset to the
On
left
the
hand side.
left.
He opens all the right to say to him, "Hey, I know what you're gonna do. I know what you've been doing." So he played with his head even before he set up himself on the goal line. He did stand in front of him and he kind of looked at him. I said, "I know probably," even though he didn't say anything, but he said, "I know what you're gonna do." So he went over
was
there,
smart.
and he played with his psycho and with his head. The guy is screwed up big time. I was saying to myself, I was not panicking. Just you ask the producer and Ryan.
I agree.
I am telling you, when I saw him, I said, "Look at this guy! What is he doing?" When I saw him to the left, I said, "Oh, something is up." immediately, boom, and he made it a big save. That show you that Çalhanoğlu not only is screwed up on the the play when AC Milan scored, he screwed up even on the penalty. So now this guy is gonna have the full month, and including Christmas, is gonna still not getting out of his head. I am telling you right now.
They have the next game now this week.
I saw him on the bench. He was a
Well,
mess.
what do you want him to do? Laugh and smile?
It was tough that he
He's
subbed
got
him
to be
off, too.
upset.
It was.
Yeah, but plus all the
But
chanting,
it's
all the
important.
chanting from the curva.
But
What's
that's
important?
once you move to the rival team, you're gonna get that. No
What's
matter
important?
what. The important thing is he got the 2 stars. That's what counts. But what I would say is
He didn't. First of all,
Heartburn.
Wait, is there one
no.
star on that?
First of all,
Still?
stop claiming that you have 2 stars. You only have
all right,
1
okay,
star,
okay.
1 star and 19, because one you didn't win it on the field.
1.9.
It was given to you,
You guys
by
got
your body over
2
there.
silver
You
stars,
took
2
one.
Serie B trophies.
You got one from Juventus. You took it away from Juventus. That's it.
So
you didn't
Anton,
win it.
Hey,
You only have
anything else
19.
You have anything
Anton-
else about this
yeah.
game?
Okay.
Mike, you have something?
My point of what I'm bringing up is not to take anything away from Milan. I think Allegri had the game plan, and they executed the game plan. You know, even with the players that they have, Leao, Pulisic, these are guys that are lethal on the counter, and I think they play their game the way they're supposed to play. What I'm saying on the Inter side, I don't think it's a cause for, saying, oh, everything is burning around us. I think the game was played well. We were able to get in where we had to be, and we were in certain situations. We have to, figure out defensively how we can be a little bit more organized when it comes to, giving up the one chance and then the other team scoring on that one chance. So that's important. And maybe, in that midfield, Çalhanoğlu's losing the ball, whatever it is, we have to be able to foul and break the play up. So those are things that we're going to see. But definitely, what I'm going to say is the goalkeeper in this game made a big difference between the 2 teams, and Inter have to see that there is a cause for us bringing some type of trequartista, somebody that can beat his man. We do not have that still. We do not have that.
Mike, what do you have?
They don't dribble their opponent.
I have one more point to finish.
Sutures look pretty good.
Listen,
Yes,
I
but
have
it's
one
not-
more point to make before
Mike
we
has
finish
something.
the AC Milan and Inter Milan. But Mike goes first. Mike, go ahead.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
I was gonna relay it off what you were saying before for Hakan. Since you love stats, of course, there was some deja vu for Hakan, but even a better title, deja vu for Çalhanoğlu.
Çalhanoğlu.
So
Deja vu for Çalhanoğlu.
I really like that.
I love it.
So
I love it.
Let
I
me say
love
this
it.
stat. So last season on match day 12, Hakan missed a 74th minute penalty versus Napoli, and Napoli went on to win the Scudetto. This season on match day 12
Same time.
versus Milan, they missed a 74th minute penalty.
That means the Milan is going to win the
I'm not saying
Scudetto.
anything. I'm just saying.
Oh, deja vu all over again.
Who knows what's
All
gonna
right.
happen? But
Listen.
What do you
Maybe
think
it
about
is.
that?
Oh, I love
do you
it.
think? Do you think that?
I
that
hate
means-
stats. I hate stats.
What do you think about that?
But
When
I
it
like
benefits
stats.
you.
I
When
like
it benefits
stats when
you.
they try to favor AC
So you think
Milan.
Milan
Your
could win a
narrative.
Scudetto?
I think we're not. Listen.
You're gonna be there to the end. You know you're.
We're
gonna
gonna
be there.
fight.
Fino
We're
alla
gonna have
fine,
a
right,
fino
Aldo?
alla fine. No, fino alla fine is them. We're gonna fight. Listen, one thing that to finish up this Inter and
Yeah,
AC
and then we'll go
Milan.
over to Rome.
And then back to Milan.
Everybody is trying to not to. The most visible player for me on the game, besides all the players that we already spoke about it, is Bartesaghi. Bartesaghi is here to stay. Okay? And this guy is going to make the national team. Bartesaghi and Rabiot. Those two, besides Modric, we know already.
Yeah.
But those 2 guys,
Good
they
shouts.
make a huge difference when they are on the field.
One interesting thing, Bartesaghi, after the game, he said his experience in Serie C with the Milano Futuro team really helped him because he played in important stadiums and big stadiums with important crowds. And he said that sort of pressure, playing in that pressure, helped him when he got onto the stage to not be scared.
Yeah. And I'm moving on to Roma a little bit. A team that I feel like I've been a real fan of. I have a really nice soft spot for them. Reminds me of when I really started getting into Serie A. The first time they're alone on top of the table, and this is the first time, Anto, in 10 years So this is incredible. I know there's a lot of doubters about Roma and all that stuff, but we know Sule has been on form. Dybala's coming back soon from injury. They have a real test against Napoli coming up.
Bailey's coming back.
Bailey's coming back. Gasperini. They're not conceding a lot. They scored 3 goals. Did you guys shake?
What else?
Maybe he has an
Yo, give me
opinion.
that shirt back. He didn't follow rule number 1. This guy is a mess. This guy is a mess. So you're saying, were we wrong?
I was asking you guys, do you
Were
have
we
a
wrong
change
about-
of heart on Roma? Were we too harsh on them? They're still continuing in this form.
No, they're a team that's going to be there. I think ultimately we didn't understand. We know usually Gasperini takes a while to get things in motion. So I don't know if it's a matter of it being the right place at the right time for him, where this is a team that needs a Gasperini as a coach, right? And what I mean by that is Gasperini is gonna, similar to Mourinho, is gonna isolate the fans, compare and be more of an us versus the world type mentality, right? I think Gasperini goes to Roma. I think learning his lessons, that he had with Inter, right? Going to a big piazza and knowing that the result is what counts. So I think at times, especially early on, the Roma team did not play this great football that we're used to seeing with Gasperini, but he got the win. And same way that we said about Allegri having that experience and knowledge and being able to really, influence the game. I think we see Gasperini doing the same thing. And I would say he's also been able to implement certain players that we thought were done and dusted. I mean, Dovbyk has come on, and whenever he plays, he's able to score a goal. Be part of
2 or 3.
Be part of the game. No, okay, but he also offers something when we thought he was going to be completely gone. Pellegrini, before the season, Gasperini said very clearly, like, he's not part of the Roma's project. What do you want from me? Stop asking me this question. And now he's scoring goals. He's been involved in this game. Sule, we knew what he's got, so this is a great thing for Roma. And Dybala, if he stays healthy, can really help this team.
I thought Baldanzi was out too, and Baldanzi has been
Baldanzi,
playing.
Even
Baldanzi
Celik has gone back. Cristante. It feels like everybody's gotten that influence.
Yeah, so I think that right now they're in a good moment. The telling time is to see, later on how they progress. But no one's expecting them to win the Scudetto, so maybe that lack of pressure will also be able to keep them at a high point.
What's your prediction, though? Do you think they can maintain it? If you had personally,
I think they can maintain it. Listen, let's not forget they also have Kone that Inter wants, that wanted in the summer. So they have players that
You named one.
No, but Sule, come on, nobody would want Sule.
Well, Juventus gave him away for nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
Juventus have given away
Juventus
a
gave him
lot.
away for nothing. Another one.
So I think there's a lot of players on this team that you say, okay.
Indica is my favorite.
Indica, Wesley also has been a bright spot.
Wesley.
Angelino's been injured for a while, but he's also been able to give something. Celik, like you said,
Svilad's been one of the best.
Unbelievable.
One of the best goalkeepers so far.
If this kid Ferguson, he finally scored, can start finding the back of the net. He offers you a lot, outside of just scoring. So I think this Roma team, if they can maybe make an acquisition or two in January, why not? They have the coach, in terms
Who
of...
do they need?
Me personally,
Yeah.
I would go after another 9 because I don't think Ferguson is going to be able to score a lot of goals. So I would go after another 9. I would maybe try to see in terms of depth in the midfield, giving you something different.
But Gasperini never had
you know
a
what's
big
interesting?
time 9.
What's
Who did he have?
He never won a Scudetto.
What do you mean? He's always had the best
And
nines.
he's always had
He's always built
Zapata.
up nine.
Lookman is not a
Retegui,
9. Well,
Retegui.
Retegui. Okay, Retegui. Fine. I give it to you. Raskamaka's
He's
not
always
a big
improved.
nine.
He's always improved
Come on,
his
come on,
number
please.
9s.
Other guys
But
with
what's
injuries,
interesting
yeah.
about what you just said is that you said it's a good moment for them. Whereas if you would have asked Gasperini or you asked the club, they would say, we've been hit with injuries. We signed Bailey. He was out right away. Dybala's gone down. They have 2 strikers who have a combined, they think it's 3 or 4 goals. Now Ferguson started scoring. But you could even say that it was their tough period, yet they're managing to stay there. So I think that aspect and the fact that they've still only conceded 6 goals in their 12 matches, which is up there with the best. Arsenal conceded a goal. So they're even on that as well. So them and Arsenal have the best defense in Europe. That's the part that starts to creep in my head and says if they could get to January and get a couple guys, they would be good.
They're either gonna have a miraculous run, or just implode and lose like 10 straight games. And be
Really?
Like, what?
I think the
I
team is
think it's
stronger than
either
that
or.
mentally.
I think it's either or. I think I can see something terrible happen, but I can also see something beautiful.
Oh, I
happening.
disagree big time. I kind of see similarities
so.
to Milan, where there's a smartness, there's a cleverness, there's a wittiness, where they're able to win games tightly and suffer matches. I see Milan and Roma both have that.
Listen, imagine this scenario. Imagine of the game of yesterday. If Gasperini was Inter coach, the game Inter will have won by 4 goals. But Gasperini is coaching Roma right now. So with the squad that Gasperini has on his head and is capable, he finds himself on first place. It's astonishing for me. I mean, that
How
is
could it go though, Anto?
no. I believe it or not, I put them fourth on my prediction before
What
even
do
the
you update
Campionato.
it?
I think they're going to be there. They're going to contend for the champions. And
Really?
I think they is going to be one of the teams that is going to make champion.
All right.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
it could be either AC Milan or Juventus or
Oh, the Champions League, not the championship.
no, both.
Both.
But I'm saying I would say more Champions League than championship.
Well,
Okay.
listen,
I mean, yeah, we could.
I don't know about Juventus anymore. This Juventus, I mean, what the hell is going on with this team? What is going on with this team? They changed coaches. They've changed 3 coaches, and I could say from Thiago Motta to Tudor to Spalletti. And yes, it's early Spalletti, but he joined in October. I haven't seen the team looks the same. He's playing similar formations, so he's kept things control. I was scared that it wasn't going to be a Spalletti team coming in, that he didn't have the players to play a Spalletti way. And to me, so far, they played against a Fiorentina team that we could talk after about the penalty. We'll talk after. We'll save that. They played on par with the last place team in Serie A. And I thought Fiorentina were, they sent it to Keane. Keane's got some good 1v1 ability. They had their opportunities to hit the post or the crossbar. I don't remember right now. Mm-hmm. But what did Juventus do against the last place team? How many ties? This is like 3 ties in a row. It's like, it's lifeless. I think if you're a Juventus fan, you can't believe the situation that they're in. Maybe, tell me if I'm being dramatic or not, but the rest of the competition has gone so strong in Serie A that I'm starting to question if they'll be in the Champions League
These Juve
position.
players are treating their job like a 9 to 5, punching in, wait till 5 p.m., punching out, getting paid. That's it. I'm not
And get the
overexerting
stats
myself.
and get the stats right.
What stats?
The stats
They
is
have no
number of
stats.
passes completed backwards.
Oh.
Those are the stats
I
that they
mean,
care.
consistently 3 draws in a row, though. Anto.
So
Yeah,
but
it's not good, Mike.
The
Not
style
good.
is they're clueless in
Not
attack.
good.
If it's not, and we've said this many times, it's very individual. It is if Yildiz, which you're relying on a 19, 20-year-old, if Yildiz creates something in the final third, okay, then Juventus has something. If not, I mean, who is going to create something? Who's going to have the patterns of play? And especially with Thuram, who's not putting in the same sort of performances. I mean, the rest of the team, there's nobody else who says, okay, now it's my time to step up. Now it's my time to be a real Juventus player.
Vlahovic was the clutch guy for you guys in the beginning. Now all of a sudden, you were talking about.
I think he's been one of the better players.
A few weeks ago, you were talking about Juventus is probably back into the contention for the Scudetto, and now all of a sudden,
I didn't say they're back into contention.
Hello, what are you? Juve, can you hear me?
I think they're still there. I think
Can you hear me?
Spalletti, you have to give him some time.
Can you hear me now?
This team, there's a reason why it's been like this for the past 3 years. They're damaged goods. There's a lot of damaged goods, and things need to be shaken up a little bit. And listen, look at Spalletti. Brought back Kostic already. He scored a goal. So there are some bright things that you can look at. Kup Miners, listen, you spend that money, you can't be a left center back. And I understand the reason why, right? You want to be able to play from the back. But there's a lot of issues here that I think Spalletti is still trying to very lightly change because he thinks this is a fragile group. So, on the individual level, any of these guys can change the game at a moment's notice. They're just not doing it. And this is where the difficulty comes for the Juventus fans, but even for anybody that says, how the hell is Juventus tying all these games or not being able to maximize in points? So I also look at Fiorentina. Fiorentina is not a normal last place team, let's be honest. I think Vanoli also is coming in with a whole nother attitude than if they verse the Pioli's Fiorentina. And it's a game where Fiorentina could not lose. So the same way that Milan could not lose versus Inter, Fiorentina was not going to lose this game.
So, but to that point, because I agree with you that I see the effect of Vanoli, and the reason why, I'll give you a perfect example. When Pioli was the coach of Fiorentina, they never came back into games.
Yeah.
If they conceded one goal, every head would be down. There was never going to come back. And I said, if Fiorentina come back into this game, that's Vanoli, who they go into 50-50 battles like it's a war, right? They're a little bit more organized. Not to say that they play incredible. I mean, Pablo Mari's defending. There's many things. Keane looks very isolated. It's get the ball to Keane, and he's trying to dribble. The way that he's looking at Cup Miners, though, when he wants to dribble 1v1, it's hilarious.
I'll be licking my chops. Are you kidding me?
It's incredible. So I see that impact. But for Juventus, besides a few moments, maybe against Udinese early on, the patterns of play, the ability to go forward a little bit more, I want to see Spalletti put his touch on this team. Like, try to do it the Spalletti way, because he has 8 months.
What's
Yes.
the
What is the Spalletti way?
What
by
is
the
that
way?
with that
Beautiful
Zuri?
football.
What he did with that
Beautiful
Zuri?
football.
Spalletti is an equalizer.
Yeah,
he's
he's
not
no
this
beautiful
beautiful
fo-
football.
Equalizer. They might not make
we're
top
wrong.
four.
He has no beautiful football.
My point is
He
that
does have beautiful football. Napoli and Roma were playing beautiful with him.
But okay, with the Napoli, but who was there before him?
Conte, what was that?
So what?
Conte set
what?
it up for him, you're saying?
No, Conte wasn't there. It was Sarri.
Sorry.
Okay, so what?
You're saying
Sarri.
Saudi was at Juventus. They didn't play beautiful football after.
They didn't, but Sarri was there for 1 year. With Napoli,
he also
you
didn't
had
have the
something
players, though, to
engraved
be
in-
fair. It's
in
also a lot
what
of,
it was.
there's a lot of X
But-
factors.
Okay, but they made a decision to get Spalletti. You made a decision to get Spalletti,
was-
and I don't really see
But they
Spalletti
made a
touch
lot
on the
of bad
team.
decisions
No.
recently.
I just don't see the touch. That's my problem. Is I want to see him implement his style. If you fail, okay, you fail your way, but you have 8 months. You have 8 months.
I
You
like how
think they were-
Spalletti came in like he wanted to help Juve too. It's like he felt bad for the team.
It's not his fault. He's the least culpable of all.
Yeah, okay.
Of all, let's just make that clear. He's the
Yeah,
least
yeah, for
culpable.
sure.
Juventus has a lot of issues, but it's like we keep waiting and waiting and waiting, and it's been it's almost 2 months, right?
Okay,
it's
now
a
we
month
gotta
and a half.
relax, though. Yeah, but they're not like.
You didn't get
Mike,
the
the
you didn't get the
campionato,
push.
relax
but
for
you didn't
what?
get
The
you didn't
campionato
get the
almost
push.
over.
But if we're talking straight on Spalletti, you gotta give him time. If
Where's
you're
the new
talking about
manager bounce?
If you're talking about Juventus, okay, that's
Where's
a
the new
different
manager
story.
bounce? And this Cup Miners, you know what drives me crazy with Cup Miners? You mentioned that he's come out and said afterwards, I like to play in defense. Like they've been playing me out of position. Yeah, it would have been nice to know that when you paid $60 million for a guy that you thought were going to get goals. You could have spent $35 million on Calafiori and gotten a better defender. That's the other thing.
You know
That's
what
the other parts of the
Marco,
equation.
you know what I have noticed with Juventus, Pete? Excuse me. It's Juventus plays a big team, they step up. When they play a team that is not really top, they just lower
Their standards.
Same as
Yes.
last year.
Yes.
Same as last year.
I mean, play your game.
It's a mentality thing, Antonio.
But play your game.
It's a
What is
You gotta make that a
Spalletti?
meme.
You name Spalletti, the beautiful game of Spalletti.
His teams have played beautiful, yeah.
That was back then.
A
The
couple years ago.
campionato has evolved
That's
so
when he-
much in
that's
the
when he
last
had
2
hair,
years.
right, Anto?
In the last 2 years, the campionato has evolved so much. Serie A is one of the worst place for the big team to be playing at the same level of the what we consider lesser than great.
Pushing daisies.
Yes. So there is no easy game.
Yeah.
So Spalletti, beautiful game.
agree, but
Will have
still.
worked maybe a couple years, 2-3 years ago.
Also, you need to prepare the players. So you need the preseason to be able to play this beautiful game.
That's
Pete,
true.
that's
to
not an
come in-
excuse. That's not an
No,
excuse.
It's not an excuse, but
No,
you're
but
not
it's
gonna.
true, though,
You're not
Anto.
gonna
He has
come
an
in.
8-month contract. He's got to show something
Yeah,
now.
he has to show something, 100%. But what I'm trying to say is Spalletti is not this guy that's going to come in and automatically change the way this team is played. It's
not like
not
that.
his style. It's not Spalletti's style. And these players, like I said, there's a lot of damaged goods with this team. And it stems from the top. It stems from mistakes that have been made over the 3 years. You sold a lot of players, young players, because you wanted to balance the books and go after the star players. You messed up with a lot of players. Colt Miners, David, Douglas Costa,
Douglas
Douglas Luiz.
Savona's away. Hoyson is away.
You
Sude's away.
let go of all these players. These are guys that would have came cheap, that came from your second team. The whole purpose of the second team is to develop the younger players and implement them into the Juventus. What they've been able to do is, we're gonna take these guys, have them play for 1 year, and then sell them.
I think it's Spalletti as a coach.
And we could get these big players, these big quote unquote
What a
big players. It's an
I don't
issue.
know.
Vlahovic is still not figured out. Jonathan David's a bust so far.
Yildiz is not figured out
Yildiz-
either.
I forgot,
but Yildiz-
I forgot about John
Yildiz
David.
is he's a prospect.
I forgot he
is also
existed.
he's also under a contract situation. Yildiz.
But that's what I'm
And-
saying. Yildiz might not be signing with the Juventus the way everybody is making is assuming that he
They
will.
need to put a team around him too.
They gotta
like,
keep him.
for a young kid.
would
There's
leave.
a lot of options. There's a lot that goes into it. And my problem is, again, it's not anything new. It's just where are they going? At least if you had a team of the youngsters that were coming through and you had a path and you said, like, kind of like Roma. Roma's a very young team. And I see them, even if they don't get the Scudetto, even no matter what, you see the progression. You could see like where they're gonna go, right? This Juventus, it's kind of like floating and grabbing these little pieces, and now we're trying to combine them all together and figure it out. And again, it's not just about this match against Fiorentina, but I expected it.
But
something.
I feel like we're seeing this.
Expected something.
I feel like as a spectators, we don't see this as the human touch or aspect of it a lot. We're not mentioning how the players must feel when all this management's all over the place. Their coach gets sacked every 2 months. They don't know what style they're playing, who's leaving, who's staying, who's coming. So
What a
think about
mess.
it in those shoes too. It's not just about immediate impact manager. Oh, you got someone.
There are too many cooks
there's
over
so
there
many
right
things
now. Too
going
many cooks.
on.
But also,
they're human at the end of the day.
Who's
these
Juventus'
players.
leader?
Another,
is the leader?
Throw
No.
it into the thing. There's
You
another thing.
used to have Buffon, used to have Chiellini, used to, even to a certain extent, Danilo, that was thrown away.
I agree with
Rugani.
that.
Okay, so who is Juventus' leader right now? Who's gonna step up and demand?
Spalletti.
Gatti.
Spalletti.
that's
Locatelli
you
would
know,
be.
But
Locatelli.
Locatelli,
But he
doesn't have the
Locatelli doesn't have
character.
the presence
No, he doesn't have the
to
character.
demand
I
that
agree.
everybody wakes up and everybody's
Jonathan
playing.
David.
And it's too much to put
So-
on a 20-year-old Yildiz, you know.
Yeah, you can't
No,
do
he's
that.
not. He doesn't. He's not
But
gonna
a
get the respect of
teenager.
everybody.
No, I 100% agree. And that's
So
why
you're
also
missing
having guys come
these
up from
four
your
guys.
youth team
Yeah.
is also an understanding of the club.
And not sell them.
And the crazy thing is, usually with the younger players, there's a little more tolerance when it comes
course.
to Italy too. So my point is, obviously, if the guys make a mistake after mistake, there's going to be issues. But the fans want to see the younger players come in, and they're going to applaud him. They're going to try to bring him up. You see, Yildiz, everyone's excited about him. Why didn't you do the same with Sule? Why didn't you do the same with Savona? Why Mangula over there?
Mangula,
that you
yeah.
let go.
Yeah,
like all these
they're
players that are
exciting.
all doing well.
They're
Huijsens
exciting.
was the worst move that you could ever make. The guy ends up
Yeah.
going to Real Madrid
My
Crazy.
God.
for crazy money. So forget about just the player letting go. Money wise, you made a mistake.
Let's talk
Many.
about the penalty situation, because obviously people say, oh, you know, that play could change everything, which is absolutely true. But I'm just trying to focus on the macro problem. There's this play from Vlahovic where I think he does extremely well to show the fight, show the spirit, makes his play, backheels it through Pablo Mari. It's given as a penalty in live time. The referee has the vision of it, clear penalty. I think 100% when I'm watching this, I say, oh, for sure, it's a penalty. He's checking the VAR. I'm thinking, what could he even possibly be checking at this point? And he calls it a foul on Vlahovic for the grabbing of the jersey. Now, there's been a million replays and angles and saying, oh, Pablo Mari grabs him first. He stops the play. Vlahovic is not pulling him. He's impacted
holding it. He's
with
holding
the
it.
left
Yeah.
leg.
It's a penalty.
For me personally, I think this is a penalty.
100%.
I just don't know about going to the VAR and rechecking this. I think you saw in live time what it was. But yeah, players hold on to each other. They're both holding on to each other. Why is it not a penalty? But I've been told by everything I'm reading from referees says that I am wrong. They say that it should not have been a penalty. But for me, the way that I see the game, I think that it would have been a penalty.
It was so tricky. Real time, I was like, what are they even looking at? I was like, that was obviously a penalty, whatever. But then you kind of look at the replay, then everything's slow motion. Then you see more of a jersey tug from Mari to Vlahovic, to Mari, and you're like, oh. Then you see Vlahovic kind of trips.
The material of those jerseys.
Yeah, man. The polyester was 5% more, so it stretches more. So it goes to that point like, ugh, is it a penalty now? When I thought it was a stone cold, was a penalty. Now it's like, I don't know. That's another part of the game that you're just
hard.
never really.
To a
100%.
certain degree, there's always some minor little holding here and holding there. But it's how you do it. To me, there was no foul. No foul. I think it was 100%.
No foul at all?
No, it was no foul.
Finish.
100% a penalty that should be given.
Okay, so there was a foul from Pablo Mari on Vlahovic.
Yes.
For me, that's what I saw.
Yes.
Pete,
I'm
you
not a
differ?
Juventus fan, but I have to say the things the right way. I mean, hey,
No, it's the inconsistency that's the issue. That's the
There we
issue
go.
because one game it's a penalty, the other like Roma, they were gonna give a penalty against Roma
You saw
for a
Mancini.
shot
Yeah.
that was going
and Mancini
out.
at the end,
And
he
his
had
hands like this. You're really gonna give a
You know,
penalty for
Cassano is
that?
right. Cassano is
So,
right.
like-
When Cassano talks, everybody should be not listening 100%, but 99% of the time, 99% of the time, Cassano is on the money.
Let Peter,
Cassano is on the money. What
were
he
you
says about Rocky, what he says about, Rizzoli or Rocky, right? Rocky.
What else were you gonna say?
Balboa.
Game. Yeah.
I forgot now. But
Yo, you interrupted this guy.
Sorry, Pete.
Now he forgot.
Sorry, Pete.
No, my point is the inconsistency. That's where the frustration comes.
Agreed.
If you're gonna call it one way, then stick to it one way. Now, like from last year to this year, it's a different interpretation. So every year it's changing. So like now, as long as it hits the hand, it's a penalty. Then why didn't you give Roma? I think the game before there was a penalty. I forgot now off the top of my head, but like there was another handball incident that they gave. Even if you go back to the Inter game versus Napoli, right? Buongiorno has his hand like this. He doesn't know where his hand is, and it's a penalty. This guy Cristante now, was it Cristante?
Mancini.
Mancini
Mancini.
has his hand out like this, and they don't call it a penalty. So like, what is it? There's too many inconsistencies.
Time and time again, I really think the Serie A referee. I mean, we've had this argument. In the last podcast we went in depth on it and said how to fix it.
broken record.
But again, for me, I don't understand. And for me, every single week, I am more and more confused.
We are lacking
Can you
in
imagine?
credibility.
Can you imagine people that are trying to get into the sport? Can
Right.
you imagine trying to watch Serie A and you say, "Wait a second,
Confusion
that
all
doesn't-
the way to
that
the
doesn't
top.
make any sense. Wait, how did you get to that decision? Wait, I was just watching this game and that was called as a." For me, there's a big problem. And we've given the solution in the last podcast, so we're not going to repeat what we think the solution should be. But yeah, that's my thought. Let's talk about Bologna, who it's the most points Bologna has ever achieved at this point in the season. They were in first place with their win at the moment. Been talking about Vincenzo Italiano for a long time on this podcast. You brought up his Spezia days, what he did, Trapani days, what he did at Fiorentina. His time looks really good. I remember getting into fights with a million Fiorentina fans who said, "Oh, we didn't win any of the finals. We went to Coppa Italia final. We went to Conference League finals." Yeah, he got you to those finals. He had no goal scorer. I still think that Vincenzo Italiano is one of the most underrated coaches in the world. And I think, I'll make a bold statement, I think Vincenzo Italiano will be coaching one of the best teams in the world one day.
Maybe Juventus.
One of the best
He
teams
said
in the world.
best.
The Juventus is one of the best.
Like a
in the world.
Liverpool, or I think he's going to coach somebody,
Like a Milan?
like somebody even abroad.
No, we don't need him at Milan.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking like even abroad, I feel like
We don't need
I
him.
feel like that's sort of the physicality, the aggression, the tactical discipline, the ability to find solutions.
I was waiting for the Zerbi.
No, we're talking about Italiano. I think he will be that guy.
Yeah.
I can see it. Listen, his track record proves that he knows how to win these big games, the big match moments. Then you look at, when you get Fiorentina to 3 finals in a row, that's something that's very impressive. And I mean, although the conference leagues didn't go as planned, versus Inter, Fiorentina versus Inter in the Coppa Italia final, I remember that game. Fiorentina should have easily scored 3-0, the same way that Inter should have scored versus Milan. So the reality
it
is
must
the
hurt
final
so
is the
You're
much.
final.
100% right. I remember
Okay,
that final.
yeah,
It
there
must
was a
hurt
lot of
I remember
things.
that
so
final.
much.
So, even Italiano,
must hurt. It's so painful.
He made we want to say a lateral move to Bologna, which ultimately it could look that way. But he's brought this team now, not to win a Scudetto because that's not realistic, but always being, up high within and pushing the big Italian teams. And, maybe it's a return to the seven sisters of the Italian past. So it'd be nice to see that. I would just hope that ownership can back him, can invest, because they did let go of a lot of players, and he still is able to keep a certain level of play.
Who
So,
would that be the seventh
he's-
sister? Como?
well, now probably Como is going to be the new sister.
On top of Juventus, by the way.
Well,
sorry to remind you.
Not
but
saying,
It's
it's
they're
not
on
saying
top
much
of
anymore.
Juventus.
But what I would say is he needs to make a jump. Whether it goes to one of a top team internationally, we'll see. But
Barney
he's
Slug
gotta-
gets kicked out of Liverpool.
He needs to make a jump up, and then that's when we can really be able to give our take on him.
The guy's never had a bad season. The guy's never if it's actually factual, he's never had a bad season. I went back and read what his Serie D owner said about him when they signed him. I don't remember the San Benedese. I don't know. It was like
San Benedetese.
I don't know. It was a small team. And this guy talks about Italiano. He goes, the first day that I had a conversation with Italiano, I told him he was coming into. He goes, listen, let's not get let's make sure we keep things level. He said in the first year, Italiano with the team that was dead, he had the most points ever, the most goals ever, the least goals conceded, and he got us promoted weeks in advance. He said, I knew we were going to lose him. He said, there's no way we could ever keep this guy. He was a phenomenal. He did something that, I didn't even ask him to do. So it would be a nice story. Anything else? We have Palladino under first game with Atalanta. Were you guys impressed? What you think?
I was impressed with the second half, to be honest with you. But the first half, Napoli did. They really did the job to them.
What were you impressed with in the second half?
What the intensity
Atalanta.
and the fact that Atalanta they were trying when they were down 2-0 to get it back into the game, and then the third goal really put the nail on the coffin. But then the second half they came with an attitude that it really impressed me. They were not really let's play the rest of the 45 minutes to finish up the game. No, they were there pressing, and they got close to score. I mean, they scored at the last minute, but
no, they scored early.
Scamacca.
Scamacca scored early.
What's that? 70 minutes, 75 minutes.
I think it was early. earlier.
So
I think
anyway,
it was like 53rd minute.
I mean.
But you know why?
The attitude. I think Palladino is gonna do well. That's why Palladino, I think, will be a lot more appropriate to coach Juventus than Spalletti.
It was a tough first test, but overall,
And Palladino
He scored in the
excited.
40. He scored in the 45th minute. He scored right.
Right
when
after.
the second half
So
started.
I guess we were playing football. You're right. I was playing football.
There we go.
So,
But
I don't know
Scamacca.
about the second half.
well, as soon as we finished the game, we came to watch the game, and already Scamacca is
The big difference was having the number 9. When he tried to play no number 9, he tried to play no center forward, and it didn't work. Scamacca's hold-up play, he was doing everything well. The goal that he scores was beautiful, but even the way that he got into midfield and he laid the ball off. So I think that it was a very tough first game for him. He's going up in Naples against the reigning champions of Italy in a must-result game for Napoli as well. So it was one of the toughest tasks that Palladino could have had, but I would say there's a lot of hope, and I think he's going to do well with this group. To focus on Napoli, which Napoli is obviously the big story. Conte had all those words. There was no press conference before the game. He changed formations. He went with the 3-4-3 this time with Lang and Neres, and both of them scoring the goals. Mike and Neres' speed. I like this. This is the modern football. You got to play with these wingers. I think he changed too much with the new players and how he wanted to play and changing the style. It's not as complicated, but he found the solution. He put them there, and it was the attitude. This game was important. If they didn't win this game, I think things would have been a big problem in Napoli's house if they don't win
That was
this.
the key words, the attitude, the be ready. You have to be game ready. You get up on the field. You just get into the grass, man. You have to put your shirt on it. You have to just earn your money. You have to play right there. It's not like, let's get the game started now. You have, before you even enter the game, your attitude has to be the right one. Just focus 100%. And that's why some of those big mess that you guys are having is that the intensity is there, but maybe the attitude.
We're talking about Napoli.
I know.
Pointing
We're talking
to
about
Inter.
Napoli. I'm just saying that he did the right thing, getting into the field, trying to eliminate all the bad news that they had the last
So they're
previous
behind
week.
Conte.
Yeah, they
Sure
are.
that they're behind Conte.
The funny thing is, after the game, right, Conte had this outlash against De Laurentiis because De Laurentiis
Explain it.
he tweeted like, "Oh, the team is foul as jumped
It's on the back.
on, following Conte," and Conte right away said the team was never lost, the team never was against me, they've always been with me. So like kind of reinstating his thing, but there could be some.
That guy's a mind manipulator. He's a mind
messaging,
manipulator.
because I would say is during the international break, Conte took a week.
Yeah.
Going to Lecce and Torino and did not answer anybody on his phone.
He had his
No
daughter's
text,
birthday,
no
too.
call. Okay, but when you
How do you know he answered no text or no calls?
that was
How do you know?
That's what was
How do you
reported.
know?
That
Well,
was
come
what was
on.
I
reported.
texted him.
That was reported.
Come on.
He responded back to
that
me.
nobody
That's
it was reported that he did not answer anybody,
But-
that it took a true time off. So I also think that was a time of meditation, time of thought.
He didn't have Wi-Fi
What did,
that
what did,
time.
what did he have for breakfast? Did he have 3
No, he
eggs or
doesn't eat
4 eggs?
breakfast. No, he eats cornetti only.
No, you had the pasticciotto. It's leccese.
He skips breakfast.
If you are from Lecce, you have the.
I think
Yeah.
we've had this conversation before. Peter rightfully said it in the past when he's had his words, and I think Conte does use the media to also get a reaction out of his players and to make sure that the players are with him. And I think the biggest thing is that they are with him. And there's one other thing that I loved. I already said the attacking players that I think he needs to keep going with because he hasn't gotten his rotations right. He hasn't believed enough in the other players. And what's surprising is that we've seen interesting things from these players, yet he's not given that faith and that belief to them. The other player that I love, the tactical change, is Bukama. Bukama in the back to play a back three because they were not solid defensively. Napoli were conceding way too many goals. They've conceded 11 goals coming into this. And usually Conte teams, they don't concede like that. And they wouldn't be able to win the Scudetto if they continue on this path. So he put 3 in the back. I loved it. Bukama brings what this team has been missing in the first part of the season. The spirit, the attitude, just like that energy and that intensity is needed from a player. And that's why I think he was a big signing for them. He hasn't been implemented early enough, but I think Conte needs to continue with this. I would keep playing that back three, solid defensively against really good players, but the implementation of Bukama to just understand the attachment of the jersey. You could see it even after the game, the way he went up to his players. There's been that little lack of leadership I've seen from Napoli at times, certain players at Napoli, that I think having a guy like that, especially with Lukaku out, because Lukaku also brings that, right? He's looking at the rest of his teammates. He's saying, guys, we got to go into tackles. We got to give 1,000%. I saw that in Bukama, and I hope Conte doesn't revert back to what he's done in the past, and I hope he shows faith to these new guys to allow them in the next game because they have a huge game against Roma coming up.
They also have Rahmani, but that pulled up injured. I don't know how he's doing because that's going to be a fundamental part in this back three. Without Rahmani there, you lose that central point.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Juan Jesus last year, he worked miracles, but he's not the guy that's going to lead you in this Scudetto race. So you need to have Rahmani healthy.
But either way, whoever it would be, if he's healthy or if he's not healthy,
Is
I'm not
Lukaku
sure at this
game
point.
ready
I
yet
think,
or what?
No, he's not. I think Bukama is the key. Bukama in that back line, he just gives something new to the team that I think that they were missing.
And now you have Champions League this week. So how does he rotate the squad again? Do you
With
keep
Karabakh.
Neres and
Come on,
and
silly.
Lang
They're not going
out
to win.
there?
It's Champions League. They're not going to do anything. You got to save for Serie A. That's it.
Why
Lukaku's
you
not
saying
back.
that? Why you saying no?
Because
It's not back, right?
Conte doesn't care about
Oh,
Champions
Michael, look at the
League.
squad of Napoli.
Doesn't matter. You'll see. We'll talk
So
about
you are
it
saying
after.
you are just downplaying Conte's ability to do anything in the
Everyone,
Champions
even
League?
he downplays his. He doesn't perform.
What do we say
Mike
now?
is making a little joke with a little truth to
Slightly,
it.
yeah.
Ah,
Mostly truth,
He's
a
being
little joke
facetious.
also.
I didn't
He's
know
exaggerating.
That you play mind games
Anto,
too,
what does
Mike.
facetious mean?
Fictitious? Facetious?
He made that word up.
you got it.
No,
Okay,
I mean, I was trying to trick you. But
But
they do have
we'll see.
Karabakh, and Karabakh's got 7 points. They've been really good, actually. Beat Benfica. They tied Chelsea. No, one of those was away, but most of them were home, and Napoli will be at home. So Napoli's a must-win. in
Against
Champions
who?
League. They're playing Karabakh.
Karabakh.
It's
Karabakh.
funny. You said,
Karabakh's done well.
you said that.
Did he not listen?
Marco, you said the same exact
never
thing
heard
last
about it.
time.
Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I
They
never heard
tied
about
Chelsea
it before.
last game.
Baku.
They did?
2-2.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was a crazy game.
Anything else we missed, boys?
Yeah. I don't
Como? Hello, Como?
That's true, that
Como?
was a good
5-1.
Thrashing.
Yeah,
Oh
they
my God,
killed
in
them.
Torino? In
What's
Torino?
wrong with Torino?
I saw the
They're so
highlights.
topsy-turvy.
Go ahead, Mike.
No, go.
No, go.
Well, I saw some of the highlights before I came over here, and I said, because I didn't watch the
Were
game.
you playing foosball?
No.
He was doing the dishes.
Wait, I thought that was Peter.
They both. One's the garbage duty, one's the dishes.
We have a dishwasher, Mike.
You.
Anyway, I was so impressed
Team's
the way
Antonio.
they came up on the second half, Como, and they really brought the game to them. And they, oh my God, I wish I could have the number 10 of Como on my team. Okay.
Nico Pass.
Yes.
Pazzo.
I will give Leao for Nico Pass. I will give him.
He does more than passing, assisting.
Oh, Nico
scoring.
passes, he scores.
Nico assists, Nico
your
scores.
son's name is
Nico, everything.
Your son name is
Nico's like my
named it
father.
after him.
Nico, my son,
named it
too.
after him.
Nico's like my son. Nico Pass.
Mike, anything else?
Yeah, I don't want to go back to Juve's troubles, but I mean, it's happening. We gotta
We're
talk
ending
about
anyway.
it. But we're talking about how they're selling all their youngsters, all their green players, and one of them is Nicolas Vona, who's actually Nottingham Forest, 22 years old, right back. He's already a starter, a Premier League starter at that ripe young age for an Italian. That's very difficult, especially nowadays. Has a goal against Liverpool, scored against Manchester United. But the thing is, Gattuso, is he really paying attention to these players? Does he have a subscription other than Serie A?
No, he's still begging Chiesa, Mike.
No, no,
he's
he
still
doesn't.
begging
He
Chiesa.
doesn't want to pay Sky right
It
now.
is a little expensive, I'm not gonna lie, but he's gotta be looking outside the league too. I know Serie A is amazing, but there's also other amazing leagues out there too.
Freaking even Coyote. They tell me. To be fair, I usually don't like to say something that I haven't seen, but they tell me that Coyote has been fantastic
that's
for
another
Brentford.
one.
People that
That's
cover the-
material for national team too.
And it's not like we have a right back that is putting
Right.
everybody to shame.
Di Lorenzo,
what
are you
talking
kidding
about?
me?
He's not good.
You know what? Like for me, it's like what, and even Tresoldi from Club Bruges, who does really
He
well in the
plays
Champions League.
U21 Germany, right?
But he even came out
Yeah,
saying,
he can
Gattuso, if you
switch.
call me, I don't want Gattuso to be this freaking, well, he's already proven to be stubborn, and I'm only choosing the guys that I know. I'm only choosing the guys that I like. If Premier League is what everybody says it is, it's the best league, it's the toughest league, it's all this and that.
Give him a
Clearly,
shot.
these guys at least call them up to the camp. At
That's
least call them
right.
up to the camp. Not
That's
saying you have
right.
to start them.
That's what I was thinking. I'd make him feel part of the project. Bring him in little by little, and then you never know.
There's a lot of time
You
to
should go with
March.
Gattuso.
It might come clutch.
London days.
You like
London
that
away
word, Alpha?
days.
Yeah, clutch.
Show
You know
him
what a
around.
clutch is, Mike?
Not in the car though.
I thought you could be his
Double meaning.
translator in England. with
I
Gattuso.
can.
Who's gonna be his translator?
Bring Mike.
What's facetious
bring
mean?
Excuse me, facetious.
He says it very well.
You said it well. Pete,
Excellent.
anything else from you? Anything you want to get off your chest?
Come on, Pete. You know what? That turkey is not going to be that bad. We're going to be enjoying the turkey. It's going to be so sweet.
Gobble gobble.
Yo, this whole week is
He's
going
gonna get the wishbone though.
Yo,
He could wish for better days. He could wish for a win against a big team.
That's only if he gets a good end of it. He gonna get the ending.
At least I have one more game this week. Milan, on the other hand, I don't think that's fair.
oh
You're playing the Divano League.
You know what? That makes me
Divano
happy.
League.
Wait, what's he
We-
mean?
that
What's a
makes me
Divano
happy.
League?
I don't even know those teams.
What's
That
a
makes
Divano League?
What's the Divano?
Divano, the couch. So listen. I will. I'm gonna enjoy watching from the Divano. I love that. When there is
You
no
have some
pressure on
popcorn?
AC Milan, I love it. We sit over here. We have a coffee over here. Producer is over here.
Miss
we
the
go
second half
foosball.
playing foosball.
Yeah, we miss a little bit of the second half. It's good. And you know what? I got news for you. Watch you don't screw it up, because the next time you're coming back around, not only
Atletico Madrid.
you're not gonna get the leftover from Thanksgiving either, because I know that you love those. Okay, you're
Yeah.
not gonna get it.
No
All right.
stuffing either,
No
buddy.
stuffing.
No,
paisa.
well,
That's my
maybe
favorite.
there's stuffing.
But before we go, yeah, it is gonna be Thanksgiving. So whoever's celebrating, we know the Canadian Thanksgiving's on a different day, but whoever's celebrating, have a happy, healthy Thanksgiving.
Why the
Make
Canadian on a different day?
because
Like
that's
the Greek
because they're
Easter
not
with
American.
Italian.
no,
Oh, they're not American.
Yeah, the Indians went there a different time.
The
But real,
Indians didn't reach.
but real quickly, what's your favorite? Just something different. What's your favorite Thanksgiving side dish?
Lasagna.
That's what Italians eat.
Jesus.
Italians
Okay.
eat lasagna.
Okay, whatever.
You saying
I was
like
gonna
American?
Say American, but whatever.
Yeah.
Ah,
Corn
I like
on the
sweet
cob.
potatoes.
Okay,
I
I
like
like
sweet potatoes.
stuffing's my always been.
Really?
I
Yeah,
love
I used to
stuffing.
hate stuffing. Now I like stuffing.
Really?
Turkey is my. I'll say this: turkey is my least
You
favorite
gotta
part
deep
of
fry
Thanksgiving.
it. Deep fry it.
Well, I'm not gonna burn the house down.
Come over.
We don't.
for
We
some
don't all have
slices.
chefs.
You have
Come
lamb?
over. Come over.
Do you have any
no, we're
lamb?
gonna do. I think we're gonna do
More American.
just more turkey this year. We usually do a pig in turkey.
I don't like turkey though.
I don't like it either.
Yo, deep fried.
Especially the breast.
Yo, I
No,
said the
I
same
will go
thing.
for the drums and things like that a little bit, but I'm not that crazy about it.
The past few years since we deep fried has been my favorite. My favorite bird to eat.
It's very dangerous to deep fry.
My
though,
favorite
if you
part
don't know what
Come
you're
over.
doing.
is
You
the
got an
is
executive
the
chef.
cranberry,
Yeah.
the cranberry sauce that my
Really?
wife. Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
love
hate
that.
I'm not a
that.
fan of
No, not the
cranberry
one from the
sauce.
can. My wife, she makes real cranberry.
I just
That's
don't
what
like
you think.
cranberries.
No, I know. I saw
What's
it.
the bottle opener
No
doing?
way. No way.
All right, guys. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Thanks
No
for
way.
watching. Like, subscribe.
Ciao,
Talk to you soon.
guys.
Ciao, ragazzi.